What will happen when a quiet, unassuming dog suddenly becomes a hero? Raymond, a shelter dog with a troubled past, never barked until the night everything changed. Could his silence be hiding something more? Watch to see how one dog's actions saved lives when no one expected it. The story begins with a man named Cooper who had just moved into a new apartment. He was feeling excited because it was a fresh start for him. For a long time, Cooper had dreamed of adopting a dog. But when he lived with his father, it wasn't possible because his father had a dog allergy. Now that Cooper had his own place, he finally had the chance to make his dream come true. Before rushing into anything, Cooper wanted to make sure he found the right dog. He knew he needed one that would fit well with his home and lifestyle. After doing some research, he picked a breed that would match the size of his apartment and his busy working hours. He felt ready for the responsibility and couldn't wait to meet his new best friend. On a bright Saturday morning, Cooper drove to the County of San Diego Department of Animal Services. As soon as he walked in, he saw rows of dogs wagging their tails and looking up at him with hopeful eyes. Cooper planned to adopt a golden retriever, but as he moved through the shelter, one dog caught his heart in a way he didn't expect. In the back corner, Cooper spotted a small spaniel mix with the saddest eyes he had ever seen. The dog's tail was tucked tightly between his legs, and he looked lost and scared. While all the other dogs barked and jumped, this little one stayed quiet, almost invisible. Something about him pulled at Cooper's heart. He walked over slowly, not wanting to scare him more. The dog's name was Raymond, and when he looked up at Cooper, it was like he was silently asking for a second chance. Cooper knelt down and gently petted Raymond. Right away, he felt a bond he couldn't explain. He had planned to get a young, active dog, but in that moment, he knew Raymond was the one. The shelter staff told Cooper a little about Raymond's past. He had been found wandering the streets alone. No one knew how old he was or what he had been through. The strangest thing was that Raymond never barked. While the other dogs made noise, Raymond stayed completely silent. For Cooper, who lived in an apartment, that seemed perfect. There was one concern, though. Raymond was older and had some dental problems. Cooper thought about it, then decided he didn't care. Raymond was coming home with him. At first, Raymond was reserved and quiet. He didn't show much excitement, but Cooper could see that the dog was adjusting to his new home. Over the next few days, Raymond began to wag his tail more often and started to settle into a routine. He seemed to trust Cooper, and Cooper was happy to have him. It wasn't long before they became inseparable. Weeks passed, and Raymond continued to be a silent companion. He never barked, whined, or made any noise at all. Even when the mailman came and slid mail under the door, Raymond remained quiet. But then, one night, something changed. Cooper had had a long day at work and decided to go to bed early. He was exhausted, his head pounding from a headache, and he couldn't wait to get some rest. He checked on Raymond, gave him his bedtime treat, and drifted off to sleep. That night, he woke up abruptly, unsure of what had caused him to stir. His throat was dry and burning, and he reached for the glass of water on his nightstand. As he took a sip, Raymond suddenly barked loudly, making Cooper nearly jump out of bed. His heart raced. Raymond, who never made a sound, was now barking like something was wrong. Still half asleep, Cooper tried to calm him down, but Raymond barked again, even louder and more desperate. A chill ran down Cooper's spine. Something wasn't right. Raymond started pacing around the bed, looking at Cooper with wide, scared eyes. Cooper got up quickly and followed him into the living room. Raymond rushed to a spot on the wall and began sniffing it like crazy. Cooper, confused, placed his hand on the wall, and it was hot. A faint smell of smoke filled the air, That's when Cooper realized the building was on fire. Without wasting a second, he grabbed Raymond and ran to the door. He started banging on his neighbors' doors, yelling for them to wake up. One by one, sleepy and confused people came out of their apartments. Some carried pets, others grabbed their children. Everyone hurried down the hallway and out of the building. Within minutes, the fire trucks arrived and firefighters got to work. Thanks to Raymond's warning, everyone made it out safely. Cooper hugged Raymond tightly, knowing he had saved all their lives. The fire had started in the walls of Cooper's apartment, but no one knew exactly how it began. The firefighters couldn't find a clear cause, but they said the flames had been smoldering for hours before turning into a full-blown fire. Cooper later found out that the gas lines for the whole building ran right above his apartment. If the fire hadn't been discovered when it was, it could have been a disaster. Standing outside in the cold, waiting for the all-clear from the fire department, Cooper felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. If it hadn't been for Raymond's loud barking and his urgent behavior, Cooper might never have woken up in time. The thought of what could have happened if Raymond hadn't acted when he did made Cooper shiver. After the fire was put out and the building was safe, Cooper reflected on that terrifying night. It wasn't just Raymond's bark that saved him. It was Raymond's silent, steady will to protect his owner. Raymond had never barked before, but when it counted most, he barked with all his strength, saving Cooper's life. Cooper couldn't help but feel indebted to his furry companion. Raymond had not only changed his life by being a loyal friend, but he had also saved him in the most unexpected way. Cooper never imagined that a dog he adopted from a shelter would become his hero. But that's exactly what Raymond had done. The fire department's investigation didn't answer all the questions. They couldn't figure out exactly what caused the fire, but Cooper remembered something. For several days before the fire, he had been getting bad headaches. At the time, he thought it was just stress, but now he wondered if the smoke from the fire had already started leaking into his apartment before the flames took off. This whole experience made Cooper realize just how important animal adoption was. Raymond came into his life under tough circumstances, but he quickly became more than just a dog. He became a true friend, protector, and now a lifesaver. Raymond changed Cooper's world, and in return, Cooper became a strong believer in adopting pets. He wanted others to know the joy and love that comes from rescuing animals like Raymond. Raymond's story didn't just touch Cooper's heart, it also inspired the staff at the County of San Diego Department of Animal Services. Dan D'Souza, the shelter's director, couldn't contain his excitement when he heard how Raymond saved Cooper's life. "It's not every day we hear a rescue dog saving its owner," D'Souza said. "Raymond's story proves that adopting a pet changes both their life and yours." Cooper couldn't agree more. "It's like fate brought Raymond into my life for a reason," he said. "I never expected him to save my life, but I'm so grateful that he did." Since the fire, Cooper and Raymond have been inseparable. Their bond has only grown stronger, and Cooper knows that he made the best decision of his life by adopting Raymond. He encourages everyone to consider giving a shelter dog a second chance. Sometimes, these dogs are just waiting for the right person to come along and change their lives. And in return, they'll change yours.